Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I've done a lot of microgreens videos, and in some of the videos I suggested that you cover the greens. So that raises the question of why I do that. So today I'm going to answer the question by showing you the reason behind why I do this. So here I have 2 trays of fava beans microgreens, about 4 days old, and one of them I'm going to cover and the other one I'm going to leave uncovered. So when I grow microgreens, I usually don't put them in direct sunlight. I kind of like leave them on the shaded area or indoors, because what that does is it forces the microgreens to grow tall and search for light. And then if you have a cover on top of that, it does that even better. So I have these sitting outside under my patio against the wall. So here they are at 4 days old, not very tall. So these are fava beans, as I mentioned, and these are the other tray. Okay, so this tray is going to be covered and this tray is going to be left open. So when you cover the greens, what it does is it keeps the microgreens a lighter color because it's not exposed to light. When you expose plants to light, that's when it goes through the process of photosynthesis and turn green. So under here there's no light passing through, so it's difficult for the plant to do that. So they stay white and then they grow taller and they're more tender. So this is what they look like today. I'll come back in a few days and I will show you the differences, and then I'll go through the whole process and let you see the final result. Alright guys, it has been 3 days since I first recorded the video here, and on the right here these microgreens are turning pretty green, and as you can see they're pretty short and a little chubby. Okay, so let's go ahead and open the one that's covered. Look at that, they're nice and tall, not as thick as those, because this is what happened when you get exposed to light. It starts to grow nice and thick stalk to support itself. So if you put them in full sun or like somewhere there's plenty of sun, it even gets shorter and stockier. And these are the type of greens that I like to grow when I grow microgreens, because they're nice and tall, tender, easy to harvest. So anyway, that is day number 7 for these now in total. So there's a big difference, right? Very white and yellow at the top and all green. Okay, we'll come back in a few more days and I'll show you the difference again. Alright guys, it has been 6 days now, so in total it's about 10 days I believe. And check out the difference here. So the ones that I covered, look at that, they're nice, tall and beautiful. And then the one that's uncovered is really nice and short and green. So it's growing more of a stocky plant, and then this one is a leggy plant. So when you do microgreens, you kind of want them leggy because you get more of the sprouts to cut, and this one you get more of the leaves. So this is the perfect time now to open the lid and allow them to see light. So today we'll do just that, and then in 4 days I can come back and I will cut the things to use. So that is the difference, guys. I'll come back in 4 days and show you. Alright guys, it has been 10 days since I first started recording this video, so the total time has been 2 weeks. So as you can see, the cover plants are much taller than the uncovered, and the uncovered are much more green. And I'm going to cut a few and let you see the difference. So the reason that I prefer covering the plant here is because it forces them to grow really tall. And as you can see the stalk right here, nice and tender and tall. So you're gonna get a good harvest. And then the one that's uncovered, and as you can see, it's much shorter, but it's much more green at the top. The leaves is a little bit more mature. So when growing microgreens, I kind of prefer them this way. So that's up to you guys. So that's the difference between covering and not covering your plants. So let's cut one and take a look. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut and do a comparison so you can see the difference between covering and not covering your plants. So we'll pick a nice one. Most of these here on this side are really nice and tall. So how about this one here that's kind of like falling over? And this is how tall and leggy it gets. This is usually what I prefer because it's nice, young and tender and easy to harvest because it's so tall above the soil. And then we'll cut one of these here. And this is the uncovered one. The leaves are nice and mature and green. Stems are shorter and stockier. So that is the difference there. When it doesn't see lights, it started to reach and grow really tall, and when you get exposed to light really quick, it doesn't reach as much, so it becomes shorter. So that is the difference between the covering and not covering plants. I forgot to add one more piece of information that might be useful for some people, because this was asked many times as well. These are fava beans. So once you cut them, they will grow back for a second harvest. So don't throw them away. Cut them and allow them to just sit there, keep watering them, and then you're gonna get a second harvest. The second harvest is not gonna be as nice and full and large as the first one, but you will still get more. It's just gonna be much shorter, and the leaves gonna grow much kind of like wider because it takes longer as well. So there it is guys. Beans like fava beans here, peas like snow peas and all that stuff, speckled peas, that when you grow microgreen you will get a second harvest. And sunflowers and other shoots like where you don't get any, like I'll show you what I'm talking about. See, these here have sort of like nodes. These are nodes right here, and these are nodes. If you cut above the node here, this part will grow. So you can see there, that's the node part right there. So cut right here, and then that bottom piece there will grow. So other shoots where you don't see those nodes, then most likely they will not grow back. So when you see sunflower grows, it just grows straight up. There's no node at the bottom. So when you cut those, that's it. And also the soil here that remains after you harvest the plants here, they're very good and rich in nutrients. So feed those to your worms or put them in your compost, and it'll make really good, nice soil for you to use again. I have a video on that, so you can check it out. I'll link you guys below. But don't throw the roots away with the soil remaining. Alright guys, that is it. Thank you for watching.